Good morning! At least I hope it is still morning. I'm going to make really strong efforts to make a quick video about our garden. I suck at editing and it usually takes me a long time, so hopefully I won't film too much, so I won't have too much to edit. But I've been meaning to do this. I wish Jake was here, but stuff just changes. It changes like daily, it changes hourly. I gotta document this. If not for you guys, I need it for me, so let's get going. Welcome to the garden. We're here in the garden. It's not level. Okay, wait, no dogs allowed. Enzo, go on, go. Out, shoo. No dogs allowed. Okay, not really sure where to start or how to do this. There's an awful lot going on. So as you walk into the garden and make a right, you have what is essentially our original garden plot. This is where we kind of set down 2 years ago when we first started planting. The beds have changed, but things are generally in the same space. So here we have a lavender plant, lavender, peppers, random cilantro I got for free out of the side of the road. If I ever drive by a sign that says free, I will stop. I will get free stuff. Oh, this lavender smells amazing. It smells great. Okay, so here's our pepper bed. Crushing it. Cool. Over here, right next door, we have a little bit of a spring garden bed. We planted these onions in the spring. This is all red turnip that we planted in the spring as well. That's a calendula flower. A friend of mine told me it was gonna be good for my skin, so I bought 2. And these are some Brussels sprouts. I bought a pack of Brussels sprouts from a local grower, and there was like 25 plants in the little 6-pack, so I had to just like stick them places. As we move through these gardens, we get to our back bed. This bed is a hot mess, but I love it so much. Okay, so now we're in the back. Check it out. It's super bright. It's the morning time still. I got a pretty gnarly shadow. Let's do this way. Nice. Look at that. We got some dogs in the background. Okay, so all the way down there at the end, we have some broccoli. Some of it went to flower. I'm not really concerned about that. That doesn't really bother me. Flowers are good for the garden. They're good for the plants. And maybe we'll have some surprise broccoli in a little while. Woo, whatever. Next is kohlrabi. Then we have all the Brussels sprouts, some more kohlrabi, some Swiss chard. This is some Swiss chard. And then, I wonder if I can get you down low enough to show you this. I don't know. I feel like I'm already like really failing on like not filming a lot. Okay, whatever. Lefty loosey. Can you see it? Can you see it? Yes, you can. Okay, this is a butter lettuce, and this is a butter lettuce that I bought from the store, and I just planted it. I just planted it from the store. It came with the root ball on it. This one I had chopped all the leaves off of, used them in a salad. This one was really small, so I just planted it. And like that, it grew. Woo! Righty tighty. Okay, and then also in that bed we have a little thyme. Gotta have a little thyme. Okay, our first cattle panel, our cattle panel arch. A cattle panel, for those of you country folk or rather, for those of you non-country folk, it is a certain type of fencing that's good for cattle. It's good for cattle because it has these big holes in it. Goat fencing and sheep fencing and chicken fencing and smaller animal stuff has smaller holes. That's really your biggest difference. So we've got these cattle panels, bent them in an arch, and they're gonna fill up with goodies, and it's gonna be magical. I love it the most. So over here, Alaskan snow peas. We got some flowers, they climb in. Life is good for the Alaskan snow peas. Over here, I feel like I'm rushing. Just like so excited, I just want you to see it all. Spaghetti squash. There are 5 spaghetti squash plants here. That's a lot. We're gonna take some of those out. I don't know what I would do if 5 plants were on this cattle panel. Okay, so that's it kind of for the OG garden. Now we're moving into the first expansion, which we did last year. Woo! That's some morning sun right there. Okay, so bush beans. Let's lower you down a little bit. I feel like you're a little too high. How about that? Is that better for you? I don't know. Is it? I can't see anything. It's too bright. Okay, bush beans. We're gonna take some of those out too. That's a lot. Bush beans. Our second cattle panel arch. Woo! I love these things, man. Just someday it's just gonna be like arches for days. Vertical growing, first of all, it's great use of your space. And second of all, it's magical. It's so pretty. Okay, so we have cucumbers. These are just regular, nothing fancy pickling cucumbers. This guy came up first, Mr. Overachiever, and then we had to second sow those because the birds ate them or they died or whatever. Whoa, these are dragon's egg cucumbers. They're gonna be big and white and look different. So we're gonna use them just like regular cucumbers. They just look cool. Now in the back here, where I abandoned my coffee to, we have another spring bed, spring garden bed. These are all of our roots. So it looks pretty wild here. I just watered, so everything's kind of like flopped over. We have orange carrots in this front row, red core carrots. They're orange, but they're red on the inside. All these back here in this third row are purple. Woo! And then rutabaga, which is not super exciting. Last spring bed, well actually it's not, I lied to you about that. Second to last spring bed, onions. These are also onions. We are onion people, we like onions. These guys are crushing it. I also have 3 little baby garlic in here, and those garlic bulbs are gonna be our seeds for the fall garlic. And the very last part of the garden here are our blueberry bushes. We have 2 blueberry bushes that we got. We got these on sale at Tractor Supply at the end of the season. They're called Duke berries. They're gonna be big and bushy. This one is rockin', doing awesome. And this one is sad. Don't really know why. Hey! What are you eating? Okay, so this is the garden as it was, and now we get to the garden expansion, and the sun is directly behind me or in front of me. Woo! Okay, so I'm gonna face this way. Onion beds. Tomatoes. Cauliflower. Cool thing about this cauliflower, I feel super legit for having done this. This is all like the fancy real homesteaders do. We have these PVC pipes, we got this bug netting, and the cauliflower is just chilling under there. The bug netting protects from bugs, balance, squat life. Moths will come to your brassicas, brassicas being broccoli, cauliflower, Brussels sprouts, cabbage, kohlrabi, all that stuff. It's all basically the same plant with like just like different fruit expressions. Moths will come and they'll lay their eggs on your plants. The moths' eggs will hatch into larvae. The worms will then eat your plants, and then all of your harvest from that plant is going to be covered in bugs. How do I know this? Because I've lost almost every brassica crop I've ever grown to bugs. So this year, we are not messing around. We are covering these things, we are tending them, and let me tell you, they look amazing. They look amazing. Now you may have noticed, I mentioned I had some Brussels sprouts and some broccoli and some kohlrabi and stuff that was out there that's not covered. Am I worried about it? Yes, I am. That's, you know, you can't save them all, but you gotta do what you can. Okay, so that does it for the in-fence garden. And, but wait, there's more. Welcome to the squash patch. This is where we're gonna plant pretty much all of our squash. Squash really take over. We had squash in a small bed the first year, and man, was that a mistake. You know, it wasn't a mistake. It was a learning opportunity. That's what it was. It was a learning opportunity. So now, whoa, hey there. So now, the squash just goes somewhere else, you know, just goes to a completely different place where it can just live its best squash life. Hey, get out of there. Puppies. So this is an extra trellis that we had. We're gonna move some of those beans that were taken over out here. So we're gonna have some bush beans out here. And then we already have a couple things planted. A couple of squash planted here. I think, I'm not gonna tell you what kind, I don't remember. But there's some squash planted, count it. And then down here, and this lower trellis, which is actually a lot higher. That thing goes on for a while. Oh my goodness, this has not been a quick video. Okay, what do we have planted here? Can you see that? I can't see if you can see it. You can kind of see it. Okay, you can see it enough. So there's 2 squash plants underneath this trellis. We did not plant these. These came up from somewhere. They were here in this garden, but we moved bedding from where our chickens were over winter into this garden, and we gave our chickens squash. So there were squash seeds in the chicken bedding. There were also squash in this bed. I don't know, they're mystery squash. We have literally no idea what they are. We don't know if they're gonna trellis. We don't know if they're gonna like that at all, but you know what? We're gonna try it. It's gonna be fun. And then we've also planted, which you can't really see. Oh, and one fell over. Oh no, hey, go on. Oh no. We've also planted a couple of cherry tomatoes down here at the end of this trellis. Oh man, it's so bright. We've also planted a couple of cherry tomatoes down there. See that guy? At the end of this trellis, because we had so many. So we're just kind of sticking them places now. Whatever. Okay, we're almost done. This is not a quick video. I'm trying to rush through this, but there's just like so much to see. Okay, so we talked about the main garden. We talked about the squash patch. The only thing left to talk about now is what I'm gonna call the kitchen garden. It's kind of sort of a kitchen garden. It's also kind of sort of something we slapped together. Ta-da! Kitchen garden. I call it a kitchen garden because that's my kitchen door right there. So there's gonna be 3 tomato plants here. They're already planted on this trellis. I also might put a bush bean down here. Might put a sunflower in here. I put some ferns or some hostas. I don't know. I'm just gonna like put stuff down here. This is right next to the house. It's gonna be quick and easy to just come out and grab stuff. It's gonna be fun. It's gonna be cute. It's gonna be some flowers. What else about the kitchen garden? It's gonna be pretty. It's gonna be cute. This year we have probably almost tripled our food production. Yeah, I'd say tripled. I'm low-key nervous about it, very low-key. I know I'm gonna have a lot of help. I know I'm gonna have a lot of support, and I know I'm gonna have a lot of people that I'm gonna be able to feed, which is gonna be amazing. It's gonna be such a blessing. But taking it from a patch of dirt to a vegetable garden to a can on the shelf is a lot of work. It's an awful lot of work, and I'm very excited to have the opportunity to do it, but I'm still nervous about how I'm gonna get it all done. So that's where I'm gonna sign off on this one. It's not a quick video at all, but even though I'm gonna edit it down, it's gonna be like 4 minutes long, and it's gonna be really frustrating because editing sucks, and probably none of this is even gonna make the cut. Okay, anyway, so that's the deal for today. What are you eating?